Good morning. My name's Brian Focht. I'm a lieutenant with the Horsham Fire Company. Recently, I responded to a behavioral psych emergency involving a 14-year-old male. In reading through the notes, it was advised that it was a 14-year-old male with autism that was acting out and was extremely violent. On arrival, we had multiple police officers on location. We spoke with the parents briefly, and they were kind of at wit's end. They didn't know what else to do with their son based on his behaviors. As we entered the house and went back to his room, the 14-year-old was in his room, kind of acting out and just very agitated and upset. There was multiple police officers and multiple other responders on location. I kind of had everyone punt back, and I entered the room trying to get a bond with him. What I used was something called redirection. I looked around his room to find something that was alike for him and engaged a conversation with that. I was pretty successful. It took more time than a normal ambulance call would normally do, and that's one of the things I recognized based on having a son with autism. My experiences with my son growing up and the wins and successes and the losses helped me to help this boy in need. About 14 years ago, I recognized the need for training for emergency responders, and I built upon that training based on my personal knowledge, research, and input from other parents with autistic children. It took about 45 minutes, but I was able to get the boy out to the ambulance without having to restrain him, without having to sedate him, and really had a good bond, which paid off the second time I picked him up, because in the middle of his duress, he was able to recognize me and kind of calmed himself and engage in conversation again about what I had redirected him the first time. Training pays off, and calm creates calm. That's my advice for someone dealing with someone with autism.